Ayun, there you go. Okay, apologies about the stream cutting off. Pero thankfully we haven't seen that much of a difference really in terms of the action here. Magsisimula pa lang po tayo sa ating protect phase for this matchup. Okay. Hopefully all of this will be fixed in a bit. We're just waiting a few things na lang po. So for everything to be finally set up. Apologies na po kung medyo paulit-ulit po ang aking sinasabi ngayon. Medyo tayo ngayon eh. We're not really in a position to talk about things that much just yet. But hopefully we'll be able to in a few moments. Anyways, we're just waiting for the protects here, and actually kita-kita na po. Buenoo is protecting Rice 4, which is a pretty, what I'd say, like one of the more straightforward protects here. Kaso nga lang, I'm not entirely sure if this is a really good one, especially coming from especially knowing that your opponent is one of the best core jack players nga po in this entire roster. Song choice not in consideration nga lang po sa ating picks ngayon. Hintayin na po natin ngayon na makumpleto po yung ating ating strategy po ngayon. It should be bojee's protect this time around. Hopefully it arrives. Hopefully the decision arrives soon. Most likely bojii will be looking into protecting a Rice pick as well. This matchup in particular seems to be a bit more of a Rice versus Rice matchup. And mukhang may isang disconnection po ata tayo. Hopefully this doesn't affect this much at the very least. Okay, so bojii is back. Hopefully we should be able to see their protect, and bojii is surprisingly the one protecting the LN. Mukhang we're not gonna be seeing things as what we would have expected, I'd say. Pero I mean, baka bojii is indeed leaning more towards the LNs for this matchup, especially knowing that buenoo is a threat. Does pose a threat naman din for, like, especially sa ating Rice pool. Though like an interesting thing to look at lang din is actually them bojii banning LN2, our LN coordination pick. Bojii isn't exactly known to be one of the better LN coordination players here, kaya kailangan bojii might be playing safe here for this pick. Ngayon naman, we're gonna look into buenoo's ban here. LN1 is a possibility here, and as I said it, ayan na nga po, LN1 is indeed banned by buenoo. So wala tayong LN control charts here, LN release coordination. They're out of the they're out here. And the first pick will be Rice 3 here, coming from Buenoo. I think for this matchup in particular, medyo kailangan na po mag-ingat ang ating I think both of the players are gonna be looking into being on the more careful side of our on a more careful side in terms of strategy here, especially for especially if you are Buenoo, I'd say medyo ingat-ingatan ng kanyang medyo ingat-ingatan ng kanyang strategy dito. Medyo mag-ingat-ingat po nito ang ating mga if you wanna maximize your performance really, especially in the grand finals weekend, in the grand finals pool, everything at stake really. Whoever wins, whoever gets the 7 points first will have a shot at glory. And here we go. Buenoo having a relatively rougher start in this chart. Medyo, I would have said that medyo nakabawi siya immediately, but a few stray misses coming from Buenoo puts them below 98%. And bojii immediately establishing some form of advantage here. It's already around 20,000 points, and it's gonna continue to increase as we see a few more misses coming from Buenoo here. We're looking in. So bojii finding an unfortunate drop, pero it's not really gonna matter as of this moment. Bojii will be continuing to pull ahead here. Buenoo around the same combo as well, pero more than a percent behind here from bojii, who has, while it's not the full combo, pero it might as well be. Aside from that miss, Buenoo as well finding a miss around a certain, creating a few of those misses, and actually like for every miss bojii gets, which is like what, 2 misses, we see Buenoo really trying to maintain combo, but they cannot. Medyo nahihirapan siya mag-maintain the composure really in this pick. Like, this chart is on the faster side of this pool, so I don't really blame them for not being able to take advantage really of these more straightforward picks. And as such is the difficulty of the grand finals pool. And bojii will be picking up their first point. Medyo alanganin yung first pick ni Buenoo dito. And now bojii is going for EX1. And immediately going for the most advantageous pick, what I'd say is the most advantageous pick here for bojii. We're gonna have Q, B, Bism. Yeah, I had to count. Ang ating mixed race pick. The one that had to be buffed a few hours before the showcase, as a fun fact. Medyo it's kind of funny to mention it in that regard. Po, gonna have to see how both of these players negotiate this chart that Oji-san has put in front of us. So shoutout sa nga lang po sa mga ISP po natin. And here we go with the start of this match. Of this chart. Dito natin malalaman kung both of these players can maintain their accuracies. Buenoo immediately finding early drops here, putting them below 98%. I presume that is a client drop here for bojii's side, but that second one doesn't seem to be. Bojii actually finding some difficulties maintaining combo at the start of this chart, but the accuracy difference, look at it, like 3% between these two players. And now, is bojii just trying to maintain that 99% accuracy. On the other hand, Buenoo is slowly recovering to 97%, but they found the stumbling block before this, this, how do you call this section? In the music at least. Medyo slight delay section. Bojii dropping below 98%, surprisingly. But they should be able to recover to that 98% mark, and they do. As we now enter the second third of the chart, and here comes the first super hard section. Bojii finding of several drops here, but at the same rate as Buenoo as well. Medyo dito lang na malalaman kung ano, if Buenoo can actually find some recovery somewhere in this chart, especially knowing that Bojii is gonna be showing dominant form really. Now here comes the funny, really funny section really. Like both players struggling to get a decent combo really. Like the best we could find is like just around 200 here coming from Bojii. Ayun. Bojii surprising, like still above 97%, like almost hitting 98%. And both players managing to hit that really fast triple stare. Oh man, that's a rough section here. Both players struggling to maintain their combos. And Buenoo has already dropped below 95%. And Bojii trying to stay above 97% now. But there's still an eighth of this chart remaining. Still a lot of notes to negotiate. I think it's pretty much clear that Bojii will be picking up their second point. I think the question here now is, what will their score be at the end? We're gonna see an 800, almost an 860,000 score here from Bojii. And they pick up their second point, as we're now about to see Buenoo's second pick of this match. Ngayon, tignan natin kung kung magiging sunod na galaw dito ni Buen. And they are going for Rice 2. Oh man, I don't think I like this pick, personally speaking. Medyo, like, but no, I'm pretty sure Buenoo is just like going for the picks that they're confident they can score as high as possible on. If you're Bojii din naman, you want to keep your scores hidden, really. Like, try to finish this match as soon as possible. Especially knowing that you have something coming in less than 20 hours from now. At na po, Dark Fall, Madilim na Hulog. Ano pa ba? Ano pa ang pwedeng gawing ano? Mga synonyms. We have a really dense chord scene here, and bueno, surprisingly with the cleaner start, bojii finding a drop at the start of this section, pero it doesn't really matter. Like, bojii has the accuracy. Well, never mind. Both of the players finding random misses, but bojii, okay, no, that's so weird exchange really that we've seen. Pero like after the first quarter of the chart, it is bojii with the 1% lead here accuracy wise, but bojii is struggling to maintain combo surprisingly. Buenoo is still within striking distance, but Buenoo needs to maintain some semblance of a combo here and avoid finding these drops, because I'm pretty sure once bojii finds his footing here, then we're gonna be telling a really different story here. Now we're starting to enter the second half of this chart. This Spider-Man pattern is so hard to negotiate.
Ladies and gentlemen,
bojii finding yet another drop, but again, you have to note he is ahead by a full percent from Buenoo, and Buenoo has been finding some pretty very messy drops throughout the entire chart. Kaya bojii is just allowed to pull ahead despite having a less than optimal performance, what I'd say. Like, bojii could just cruise through the final section of this chart really. And bojii is on his way na para makuha ang kanyang ikatlong puntos sa larong ito, and will be 4 points away from advancing to the grand finals match. Sakit sa kamay. And ngayon, ito na po. bojii will be picking Buenoo's Protect here. The best song of this entire map pool. Beep, beep, beep. Ang sabi ng jeep. I still can't believe we actually put this in the pool. I still can't believe it. Napaka ano. This is really hard, like especially once you get to the doobie dap section. Medyo magkakatalo tayo doon sa ano, sa part na 'yon. We're gonna see how we're gonna negotiate this one. Should be starting a few moments from now. And here we go. Let's see how high scoring this chart is for this weekend. Just brace yourselves. We might see one of the highest scoring charts in this weekend in the 4K and 7K pools combined, with how straightforward this chart is. Buenoo is not far behind accuracy-wise, pero it's a full 10th. bojii finding some surprising accuracy drops, giving Buenoo some leeway here. And Buenoo needs to take advantage of that. They're back toe-to-toe, and it's bojii with a slight lead. This is gonna be extremely close, I'd say. Like, both of these players have played relatively clean as of this moment. Pero like, I feel like Boji's the one who's gonna be gaining accuracy much more here. Bueno finding a slight drop, just a tenth. And that gives Boji some breathing room, but that breathing room is just 1,000 points. Miss coming from Boji. Swings the lead to Bueno's side, but the accuracy, like it's as if the miss did not even happen. Now the score gap is flickering. Bueno below, less above 99.6% with a full combo, but the accuracy advantage, 2/10 accuracy, 2/10 of a percent. A lead here for Boji in terms of accuracy is giving them a score gap as we enter the best section of the start, the densest chord jack here. Doobie doobie dap dap, doobie doobie dap dap, doobie doobie deep dap, doobie doobie deep deep, doobie doobie dap 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 dip 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 dip. Double doobie 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 dip 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 dip. Sabi ng jeep, sabi ng jeep, sabi ng beep 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 beep. Ba 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 beep 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 beep. And I had to get it that way. Boji, what is that? Like actually with a 99.37% like, exiting the densest section of his chord, exiting that chord jack section. And Bueno trying to recover to a 99% accuracy. There's gonna be a lot of this start remaining though. Both of these players still need to be super careful. Eto na nga po. Boji should be maintaining this lead now as you see Bueno finding yet another combo drop, and I think this is pretty much it. Boji will be taking this chart home unless something hilarious happens, which I just don't see happening at this point. Hopefully it doesn't happen. It will be just unfortunate if it does. But what a score indeed we're gonna see here coming from Boji. Like, this is just wow. And there you go, 969,000 coming from Boji. When you see it din sa kanyang solid count, very good scores coming from both of these players, above 99%. But Boji just with that mid 99% performance, really good. Ayun naman po, we're going for our next chart here. And I think it will be Bueno's pick as well. So ngayon, tignan natin kung ano ang magiging pick nito ni Bueno. And Bueno is going for a tactical timeout. It will be applied after a 2-minute pick timer here. So effectively, Bueno will have 4 minutes to select their next chart. Oh, okay. Okay, Buenoo appears to be sight reading this on this match. Oh. Oh. So full on sight read tournament. Oh my gosh. Why? Anyways, natin magawa dyan. Make it. We're already there. So it just depends really on how Buenoo is gonna negotiate this pick really. And ito na. We should be starting this chart a few moments from now. Especially the tactical timeout is gonna be gone. It's gonna be out. Gonna run out soon. At ito na po ang ating ikalimang chart for this matchup. Will Buenoo score their first point on the board, or will Bojii continue their form of dominance? And as it stands, it is Buenoo with the better accuracy at the start of this chart. I think magkakatalo dito is if Buenoo could maintain that consistency, especially now that they found the drop, and Bojii will be settling with this chart and will hopefully start gaining accuracy here. And they are now above 99%. You could also see the score gap here down below. Buenoo finding 2 consecutive drops, and that will just help Bojii pull ahead. Like, this is a particularly one of the longer charts in the pool as well, so stamina is going to be a factor here with these holds. Bojii finding a drop here, pero the amount of misses that Buenoo has made throughout even just the first quarter of this chart has helped Bojii pull ahead. So any of these misses any singular miss from Bojii will not help Buenoo at all. You need a really bad breakdown for Bojii here somewhere in this chart. Now we're here on the break section, the absolutely worst place to miss. Especially if you are not in the lead. Both players finding a trade in this section, pero again, trades favor the person in the lead here, and the person in the lead here is indeed Bojii. And Bojii has shown really good form in this chart despite all of the misses. Buenoo is also trading them in a more messy manner. Buenoo trying to maintain 97% accuracy. They just need to hold on to this. Now, another reprieve from the action. Pero full LN yung break eh. So I'm not even sure if you could even consider it as a break. Like a place to rest your fingers. Like there's still enough pressure on your fingers. Bojii finding a few consecutive drops here, pero doesn't really matter at this point, especially that they are pulling further ahead. We're almost at 90,000 points when we are there now. Will the score gap reach 6 digits? We're on our way there. This is gonna be the most dominant performance, dominant score gap that we're gonna see between these two players. And Bojii is now on his way to pick up his 5th point. And will be now 2 points away from facing Sunny tomorrow. Or I'd say later, since it's already past midnight. Two points away na lang po si Bojii. Kakaalaman na tayo dito kung ano magiging sunod na galawan dito ng ating dalawang players. Bojii now with a ball on his court. It will be his pick. And bojii will be picking Rice 7. Very interesting pick here. Very interesting but very good pick as well, I'd say. This is one of our easier Rice picks. Pero I don't want to say easy na because it's easy. It's more like one of the easier picks in the pool kasi this is like one of the lesser dense picks, relatively speaking, in this pool. But indeed, this is still really hard. At ito na po. bojii with a really clean start here with 99.8% accuracy here. Dropping to 99.6 with those bursts. But it's kind of expected. Both players actually dropping to around that accuracy level. Both players now similar accuracies. Really good start here for Buenoo to be able to stay near. Pero as I said, that they find the drop. Unfortunately. Pero they are within striking distance should bojii find a drop somewhere in this chart. Pero Buenoo needs to maintain this level of consistency. Okay, that's not good. Wasn't people finding drops as I say they need some consistency? What's with that? Ano ba yan? Sayang. Like, they were doing well to keep up. But again, that's really the difficulty of this pool kicking in. bojii also missing out on the full combo at this point. Like, this section is really hard to maintain combo 1. Really hard to act section as well. Ooh, both of the players negotiating that those mini jacks very well. Really good form shown here, especially with bojii now. bojii who is at mid 99% accuracy pace. Now we enter what I'd say is what is gonna be the hardest section of this chart. Like, after this build up, really should be coming a few moments from now. And here we go. Ito na po yung tunog ito na po yung tunog sipilyo na electric. Both players finding drops. Like, how do you hit that? Both of the players actually getting through that section just fine. bojii finding a miss, pero it doesn't really matter at this point. Like, Buenoo needs a really big moment for bojii here to drop like a full percent, essentially, to reverse the score gap, which I just don't see happening. And bojii is slowly increasing his lead as we find Buenoo finding a few more drops, both combo and accuracy. And this is pretty much it. bojii will be picking up his 6-point match point. And are we gonna see a sweep? Putting an exclamation mark in bojii's campaign to win this thing. Well, to win this match and, you know, face the two-time defending champion Sunny later today. But again, the match is not yet over. Buenoo can still reverse this match if by a miracle it actually happens. But for now, Buenoo needs to pick up that first point at the very soonest. The good thing here as well is that it is Buenoo's pick. Oh, they are going for EX2. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Level 70. Kulang lang ng 1 sa simula ng number. And we would get the start. Bojii is now on match point. So Buenoo cannot afford messing this up. There's 4 minutes and 31 seconds of this chart. Kaya hold on to your seats, folks. This is officially the longest regular pick in this entire PHNats. Both players finding a drop in that small invert section, keeping the score gap really close. But Buenoo finding some additional drops will help Bojii pull ahead. As you see now, Bojii amass a pretty decently sized combo. And as I say that, they drop. And it's even at the least dense section of the chart as well. Pretty unfortunate here. Imagine comboing a dense pattern, and then when you get here to like the least dense section, you find the drop. Like that's weird. Ito yung mga sinasabing pag yung question sa exam mahirap nakukuha perfect. Pero pag 1+1 hindi mo na maalala yung sagot, kailangan mo pang i-calculator. Yun yung equivalent nun dito. And Buenoo finding a few more drops as we see Bojii maintaining combo. Never mind. But it's bound to happen at this point. It's bound to happen. Like, it's bound to happen somewhere. Curse or not, it's just bound to happen, really. Like, how do you combo through this chart, really? And we're not even a third. Like, we're just a third through this chart. And Bojii has amassed a pretty sizable lead. Only like about 60% of the chart remaining for Bojii to negotiate here, and they will be securing their spot in the grand finals. Pero there's still a lot of chart remaining. Anything could still happen. Reasonably speaking, Buenoo still has a shot at winning this, but he needs to hope that Bojii finds a major drop here. To quote Venus Ra, major. Mga gurang lang nakakaalala siguro ng quote na yun. Shoutouts po sa mga time nanonood ng Miss Universe ABS-CBN early 2010s. Alam nyo kung ano yung major. And now here comes the solo section. Buenoo really struggling to maintain combo in this inverted coil stream. Meanwhile, Bojii right here. Wow, like really now. Just comboed through that really well. Well done here coming from Bojii, especially in that guitar solo section. Now, we're at the final minute or so of this chart. Just a short break section before we enter the chorus. Unfortunate drop from bojii in this break section, but like this is like the hard, like this is a really hard break section. Like I don't blame any combo drops. Don't blame anyone for dropping any combos here. And here we go. Like this chart is just really rough now. Like this chorus is rough. The patterning in this chorus is just really rough. And bojii is just, what a performance really from the 2023 world champion. And now we're just a few moments away from bojii securing his spot in the grand finals match. Again, those silence are super sus. Oh my gosh. bojii picks up their 7th point and finishes the sweep. It is confirmed now, bojii will be facing Sunny in the grand finals match. And what a performance here coming from bojii really. And we just have to know that bojii will be playing 2 grand finals matchups tomorrow, one on the 4K as well. So bojii indeed has a shot of doing something that hasn't been done in PHN's history, and that is to win both 4K and 7K on the same year. Like, that is indeed one interesting thing to look at. But we're gonna have a pretty different dynamic here. bojii does have a twice to beat advantage on the 4K side. Meanwhile, on the 7K side, it is Sunny with a twice to beat advantage. And here comes the state of the bracket address, Soba. And there you go. Buenoo is indeed our third placer in this year's 7K PHNats. And tomorrow, we have this matchup, Sunny facing bojii. And I think, as far as I know, that matchup is scheduled for 8 p.m. tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that. As far as I know as well, the 4K Grand Finals 4K Grand Finals matchup is gonna happen at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So that will be for bojii facing Livet. Bojii with the twice to beat advantage. So we're at the final stretch of this tournament. We're just about to end this entire thing. What a journey it has been. Pero we're not yet done. We're indeed not yet done. So we're not gonna hold you guys any longer. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's final 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 matches. Man, I can't believe it's about to be over. This has been the OSU Philippines Nationals 2025 OSU Mania 4K and 7K tournament. In behalf of the entire staff and the commentary team, this has been Search 285. Kita-kits lang po tayo bukas.